Hello, I'll be presenting Neat Office. So this program is built with a tool strip container. This strip container is below a menu strip, which is the one that I am hovering over. The tool, the tool strip container has different menus. One at the top, which is the accordion. One at the left, which has these buttons for the calculator. One at the right, which has the buttons for the graphs. And then one at the bottom, which is a status strip and represents the date and time right now. Now, inside the toolstrip container in the content panel, we have even more divisions. We have panel divisions made with split containers. The first one, we have three different applications. The first one is a calculator. The second one is a graphs calculator. And then the third one is a day counter. I'll start explaining the calculator. So for the calculator, we have different operations, binary operations, and then unary operations, as well as buttons that allow different kinds of erasing. So I'll start with the binary operations. So these operations allow us to generate different expressions. And then when we click the equal button, the expression is computed and is calculated. Now with the C button, I will delete everything that is in the text box. I can do this also with x to the power of y, which is also a unary operator. So what I can do here is use it in an expression with different operators, binary operators. And then we also have a result, and it is computed every time we click the equal button. Now, this is a difference between the binary operators and unary operators. Every time we click on a unary operator, the value inside of the operator will be instantly computed and calculated. We don't have to go back to the equal button. So that's the case with 1 over x square root, division by 100, and logarithm and trigonometry functions. Also, one assumption that is being done here is that every time I click the equal button, an expression is computed. So the assumption here is that any button that I click after an equal button is already in the text box. It will be resetted. So this is what we're seeing here. Every time I click on the equal button or a unary operation, the text box will be automatically deleted. Now for the unary operations, I can square, I can do 1 over a number, I can square root, and I can also divide by 100. I can do logarithm operations and as well sine of 0, which is 0, cosine of 0, which is 1, and then tangent of 0, which is 0. Now explaining a little bit the deleting operations. If I do CE into an operation, then it will remove the numeric value, the most recent numeric value. In this case, it will delete all of this long number that we see here, and it will transform it to 0, and then I can calculate. On the other hand, the eraser that you can see here, what it will do is only delete from the number, the most recent number, it will delete only 1 digit. So this is what the eraser is doing here. The eraser in the toolstrip container menu to the left also does the same thing. And we also have a different eraser here. They all do the same thing. So that's basically it for the calculator. For day counter, we have a numeric up-down value. This numeric up-down box represents the difference of days between the dates from and to. So the difference between October 15th of 2021 and October 18th of 2021 is just 3 days. And we can increase this up-down value or we can decrease it, and then the to date will increase or decrease. Now we can also change the numeric up-down value by changing the calendar dates here. So if I increase the to date, this will also be reflected in the numeric up-down value in the box. And if I choose an earlier date to the from, for example, 1, then the numeric up-down value would also be affected by that change. So it can be changed in the two ways, from the numeric update value box or from the date picker text box. Now let's go to the graphs part. So for this part, I can import a graph. So for example, this one is from a TXT file. So I choose the first button. Now, if I want to choose a CSV file, I choose the second button, and I can see, and it filters by CSV files. Now, one particular thing about this CSV file is this is a little big. So for that, we will see that the status bar will start loading right here. The status strip tells us the progress of the loading for that specific file, the CSV file. So after it loads, I can see the two different models here. Now with this button right here, I can clear just one selection. My selection is this one, so we'll just delete that one. And then for the garbage button here, you will delete every single imported graph. I will use the third button now. The third button now helps us filter by text files, but also by CSV files, and it also allows multi-selection. So I will import all of them at once. And as they are imported, the progress bar right here will tell us how the progress is. Now I can select 3 different graphs. Now, what I can do next is apply one of the algorithms that we have in the graph algorithms file. So first, I will prime algorithm to finding the minimum spanning tree of the first graph. Here, after doing that, in the list of results, it will indicate which algorithm was used into what file name. If I wanted to see what the result is, I would use the save icon right here, and I will give the file a name. So I'll call it MST undirected 123.txt. After doing this, I can go to my file explorer, and I can try to find that specific TXT file that I just created for. So the one I created is MST undirected 123. If I open it, I will be able to see that this is the result for a minimum spanning tree algorithm. So now I can do, for example, Dijkstra over the second graph that I imported. Here is the status bar for that, and in the list of results, we'll see what algorithm was executed, the shortest path, and then the file name of the input graph. I will now proceed to save it. I will call it Dijkstra 1000 and then 123.txt. So if I go to my file explorer, I will be able to find Dijkstra 1,123, and this right here will be the result of the algorithm for Dijkstra. One more thing here that I would like to show is that I am able to change the background color for the 3 different applications. So for the calculator, if I want, for example, green, I can do that. For the day counter, I might choose another color. I can see reflected here. For the graph section, I can choose another color as well. And then that can be customizable with the color dialog. Now the Manuscript pretty much has the same icons and the same functionalities because it's just a different way to represent the options to the user. But if we choose any of this, it will do exactly the same as pressing anything on the right bar. So that would be it for the Neat Office program. Thank you.